Okay, we are live now. Hinesh, you were first to join. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I was looking at the pull request, the one with the 56 commits. We'd have to
Yeah,
look at that because I don't know where that master came in and how we got to remove it.
yeah, no, absolutely. We'll take a look at that after this then.
And that's about it for me. I did sign up to the Waffle Wiki dashboard yesterday, Wiki edu, sorry. So I'm just going to look at that, see if I can pick up a story from there.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Vijaya, do you want to go next?
Yeah. The pull request from the upstream and I rebased into my current branch and I created the PR yesterday. I saw your comments on my PR. Before rebus it is working. After rebus I did not test. One into the pair programming session long back ago.
Right.
That is my update. I will check the code, your comments. Then I'll update my PR accordingly. Before it is not worked and required and we used include. Now it is. You put it the core and I will check it that one and I'll update my PR accordingly.
You said before we did not need the include. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, before I used required. It is generate the error, then we used include.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
So what had happened probably during that pair programming session, we had actually included that file somewhere else, so it was in the environment. We had actually, required that file. So it was in the environment. So when we added just the include to the Ruby file, it was able to find it because it had been required or loaded at some point during the pair programming session. But starting from scratch, it's not loaded. So I failed when I tried to run it because it had not required the file into the environment.
Yeah, after the pair program also I tested it is working, but after the rebus I did not check yesterday.
Yeah, and the other thing about go ahead. Yep.
Yes, there is no merge conflict because this branch and I push the code, but we have problem with the date function before the RSpec file.
Okay.
And I rebase this branch and I create the PR.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So take a look at my comments then, and we can get that in.
Yeah, I'll update my PR according your comments, and I create the one more story in job seeker features.
Yeah.
Yeah, I created yesterday. Next, I will work on that story. And that story mainly in seeds.rb file. One record I created initially a job seeker. That time we don't have test data.
Why don't we take a look at that story after the Scrum then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Working lot time we can discuss. Okay.
Hi, Sejal. Do you want to go next?
Hi, Patrick.
Hi.
So I'm working on adding student contribution statistics to the user profile pages. And yeah, that's about it. Haven't worked much.
Okay. Yep, that happens sometimes, certainly. All right, good enough. For myself, since yesterday, I looked at Laura's new story on, this is the MetPlus project. So you guys probably saw maybe that she's created stories to implement some of her new UI redesign that she did. Yep. And so this morning after the Martin Fellow Scrum, she and I connected up and created some more stories and amplified or added comments to the stories she'd created, as well as links. She was in the process at that point, after we hung up, to load some assets or some images to the images file so that we could start implementing those stories. She's got some stock photos in the redesign. She's got some other images that she's using, that she's actually created. So, she needs to load those images up so that we can start assembling them into her UI design. So I'm not sure how far she got with that. We'll have to look right after this. I had a discussion with Hua directly on Hangouts and Sam afterwards through Slack about production pricing for MetPlus. We're going to be meeting with the client this Thursday, and we're trying to get to the point where we can have a budgetary set of figures for him in terms of, say, maximum plus or minus monthly cost it'll take for the production version of the application. And so we'll probably be talking Thursday morning as well on this, the three of us. We're hoping to have some pricing. We can say this is kind of the max figure we think you're going to be paying. The first 3 months, that he's in production will be free, and we think we can sustain that. And after that, we have to start charging. We may have to move to different platforms, etc. So we're trying to firm that up so we can have an intelligent discussion with the client on Thursday. On the SHF Swedish Dog Industry Trade Association project, I delivered a story yesterday, rather small one, and I think that's about it for me right now. So that's it. No blockers on my side either. So I guess we'll call it a Scrum then, huh? Nothing else to talk about in terms of Scrum?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good luck for the discussion.
Thank you, Sajal. At this point, if there's anything else, maybe we can switch over and talk MetPlus. Sajal, it's up to you if you want to hang out. You probably don't because it's a totally different project. But
yeah, I'll resume my work.
You've got other things to do, I'm sure. All right, well, have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now. Let's see. So maybe I'll start with sharing my screen.
Yep.
Okay. So, where's the tracker? So the first one we wanted to talk about was the story that you had, Vijaya, which was this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many?
Yeah. I have to change the seed file for that story.
Mm-hmm.
One record is existing on my record I created. Initially, I was working on job seeker
Right.
development. Yep. Yeah, if you want, I will. You want to data? Otherwise, I will delete that record, whatever my personal data on that record. Based on the seed data, I have to change 4 or 5 scenarios on that job seeker features.
Yeah, at least, right? And a lot of background data.
Yeah.
So we've got seeds, job seeker feature.
Yeah, I have to remove my email for those testing.
Oh, it's just.
Somebody is used my email. I initially used one or test. After that, somebody used reference my email so many tests. I don't like to use my email there.
Yes,
This is my personal email.
Yes, just job seeker feature is where it's
Yes.
used? I thought it was used in another feature, maybe. So it's just limited to here as well as seeds. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we probably ought to vote on that then, huh?
Yeah, we discussed about this one, Jova and you before, but we don't have time to go there, finish that one.
Yeah, so it's basically just changing. Well, you probably want to change your name as well as your email.
Yeah, and email, and I want to remove the record. One job seeker record is created on my details in seed data. I have to remove that one, and I have to migrate the data and the seed file. Then I have to 4 or 5 scenarios in job seekers. Cancel and delete.
I don't think you need to migrate any data because when we all drop and recreate the database all the time and reseed. So, and we're still in development and testing. So I don't think you have to migrate any existing data in a development database because it's all dropped all the time and recreated. So I think if you just
okay, what I have to do? DB drop?
No, you just have to change reference says in seeds.rb
Mhm.
to,
But if I want to drop that record and delete, then it has to update the data without that record. Yes.
well, again, because it's just the production database, excuse me, it's the development
Mhm.
database.
Mhm.
The data is not doesn't stick around. We're always dropping the database and recreating it all the time, right?
Yeah.
And also that data does not exist
Mhm.
upstream.
Mhm. Okay.
It does exist upstream. I take that back if we run the seeds file against a production database. But all of that is going to be wiped out soon anyway when we go to production. We
Mhm.
start from a blank database except for reference data,
Mhm.
and so that all goes away. All our local development databases don't matter. Like I said, we drop the database all the time and recreate it, right?
Yeah. DB drop, DB migrate, and DB seed. The three things.
Yeah. So I don't think you have to change any existing data in the database. I think we just have to change the code that creates those records.
Okay.
That's all.
But
So,
what I had to do with that record, I created my details with one record. I had to remove from the seed file.
which record?
And the
Okay,
job seeker 3 are in seeds.rb.
Yep. Okay. So let's look at that file. Let's see. Database seeds. And let's see.
The job seeker records.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just change this to some other email that's going to be, it's got to be a legal email, as you know.
Okay.
And then,
Now you were using a Ymail or something like that, not the Gmail. Yeah, whatever the mail it will.
yeah,
It is
right now,
legal.
Gmail works. Anything like you have here would be acceptable
Okay.
as well. Adam dot
Okay.
Jones, that kind of thing. It's just
Okay.
if it's not a
I'll do
valid
that.
email, then the Mailgun email validation service will kick it back and say it doesn't like
Mhm.
it. If you want, I could show you where that is. I'll post a link here so you can just check it out. Better than that, Mailgun email validate gem, which is what we're
Mhm.
using. Post a link to this thing. Let's see. Is that the demo? Oh, that's not the demo. Where's the demo? Mailgun. Maybe I will go to
This week I updated the application.yaml file for mailgun related key and emails. That's why my aspect has failed last week.
I gotcha. Okay. So here's the demo for the
Yeah.
API that we're using. Yeah, so I'll just post that here if it's of use. There's my
Okay.
in the chat. Too many.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. The existing data will all be wiped out, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay.
And I think that's it. I can't remember any place else that your email would be used other than
The only
Seeds
job
and
seeker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
The
Good.
future file is wait.
Just the one. Great. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. So while we're here, why don't we look at the tracker to see how far Laura got in posting in creating stories.
Mm-hmm.
Did she show herself as working on any of these? Not yet. Who's got this one? Oh yeah, that's the one we can't reproduce. There's no sense in looking at that. So Hinesh, I know you were thinking about helping out with the UI implementation stuff.
Yeah.
So did you get a chance to look at some of the updated stories? So
Not
Laura,
at the moment, no.
okay. So she added more information here.
And
Mhm.
I saw the stories, most of the morning one. She
Good.
created all design related. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see if she's been able to add any assets or images that we need to create some of those stories. No, these images have been there a while. So what she needs to do is, let's go back to the story here as an example. And she was working on this after we left, but like this stock image, these people standing there, she has to add that to the images directory. She actually created these images here, this little icon here and this little icon there. So she needs to add those to the images directory as well. Let's see, this particular page has a similar stock photo at the top with people standing around, but you can see it's different than this one here. And her intent was to show a little dynamism when you go from page to page, so it's not the same stock photo. So these are all public domain images, and she was very careful about that. So she can get those and load them up into the images directory. In fact, I think she actually created a story around that. Let me see. Maybe she's already got it being worked on here. Need review? I thought she created a story to reflect that, but I cannot find it. Create contact. Anyway, so if one wanted to take one of these stories and start work on it, and you may not be able to complete all of it because we're waiting on images from Laura, feel free to do so, please. In terms of that story, though, for you, Vijay, how about if we, rather than go through a formal vote process, I'm thinking we can all agree to just give it a 1 because it's not really.
Yeah.
No, it is two. You have to change a lot of scenarios on this one. I already checked the code yesterday. It's
You have to change references in one scenario, one feature file, right?
No, not one feature file. This has 6 or 7 scenarios on my email and related. Yesterday I did some trial. It take a lot of time. Some of them it's not loading. I have to find the email and matching. I thought it is 2.
Say that again. What was the difficulty? Some of them are not matching.
Yeah, it is 5-6 scenarios. I have to fix it that email, not the one scenario. We have 10 tests on that feature file.
Okay.
I did not count properly. I'm thinking, but 6 or 7 tests related my name.
Right. Okay. So you
Yeah, we have to email. We have to link this one. This is the first name, last name. So many things we have to do it there.
Okay. I mean, if you're going to take it, then you'll get the stronger vote. So we'll give it a 2. I will move this over to. Do you want me to move it into ready for you?
Yeah.
Okay. You can.
Once I update this PR, I will work on that one. Whatever the PR is, your comment, I fixed this one. Then I will work on it.
Got it. Okay. Great.
Yeah, I'll pick up on the front end ones. That's fine.
Okay. Why don't we? Do you guys? Can we vote on some of these then? Do you guys have time?
Yeah.
All right. In fact, they're gonna kind of look alike. So this particular one is the about page. The about page looks like, let's see, let me go to the top. Home page, about page. Looks like this. Bear with me here. I want to get some more. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So here's the about page. We had some placeholders there for mission and vision.
Yep.
And subsequent to that, I created this page based upon information given to me by the client.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what she's got in terms of about here, I changed a little bit in this paragraph. The mission and the vision placeholders, I've got some stuff here, again, crafted from information from the client. And so I think this is good to go, except for this image, the stock photo at the top. So that would be the missing piece in terms of completing that story.
Just a quick question. Do we use Bootstrap or Foundation or anything in this app at the moment?
Do we use what, Hinesh?
Bootstrap or Foundation?
We use Bootstrap.
Ah, perfect.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
So this is all just standard Bootstrap styling, buttons, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're good there. So we've got that. The next one, and she put helpful link in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So that's 518. I'm going to go, why don't we go through a few, and I think we can vote once on all of the stories that look alike, because they'll have the same weighting, right? So contact page, the contact page itself looks like this. So stock photo, contact us. A little complexity here because we have a CAPTCHA that we have to implement. There's probably a gem that can do that. And then we want to show on a map where this organization resides. So yeah. So there's a telephone number in here as well. So the information from the client that I got included the telephone number as well as the address to put on the map.
Okay.
And the map itself here is static, at least initially. Eventually we can be able to click on it and, do, create a map for me to get there, that kind of thing. But initially it can just be static, a static image with a little star on it or something. So I think this is pretty straightforward too. We need an image and we need to look into the CAPTCHA capability, which would be good to know.
The contact us form, have we got functionality already for it, or is this going to be a new screen?
This will be a new form.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So which email address would the details go to?
That's a good question. Where should we? So we do have an email address called pets_admin@metplus.org.
Okay.
And we should probably send it to that.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And then the client will tell us later that maybe they want to send it elsewhere. And we can figure that out. We can hardwire in the address now, and he may want to say, well, do you want to change the address depending upon who's handling that?
Yep.
In case we can build a capability for him to do that. But we can hardwire initially.
That's fine.
Yeah. So that's 519. 520 is the user profile information page. Let's go look at that. So here's your profile. So when you click on this, she changed this as well. You don't click on the name anymore to go directly to your profile. You click on this little arrow, the name, and this little down arrow appears with some options. I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. So when you click up here, it says my profile and log out.
Okay.
So there used to be a logout button here that goes away and you have to click here. So that's okay. So anyway, if you want to get the my profile page, which is not part of this story we're talking about, eventually it'll be click here, select my profile. When you do so, you go to something that looks like this.
Yep.
And then when you edit, you go to something that looks like this, except it also has address fields. So this was incomplete at the time that she took the snapshot. So it said street, city, etc. And update profile or cancel. So that's essentially it. Yeah. So that's 520. So the other ones are a little different. So maybe what I'd like to propose is we talk about voting for all three of these.
Yeah.
Now, given that 519 has that CAPTCHA thing, we may want to make that a different. It also has the form that has to collect data.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more processing there.
I've done something like this in the past. It is quite meaty. I'd say a 2 or 3.
Okay. So what then, rather than go through formal voting, what about this? We give 518 and 520 a 2.
Yep.
and we give 519 a 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
You guys okay with it? Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Oops, I keep hitting that while I'm having my finger on the mouse pad. So 3 more, user logout button. Let's look at that. Remove existing logout button. So that pull down menu
Mm-hmm.
where you get the logout, this story here is just to remove the one that we've already got. And I
That's
think
the
she may,
Yeah,
one.
that's the one.
yeah, so we'll give that a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's easy. Update button on profile edit page. So the profile edit page that we saw, look at that. No more information here, but the profile edit, I think she notes here that if you're editing a profile, it could be for an agency person, it could be for a company person. It may be the same form for a job seeker, I can't remember. But I know for agency person and company person, I think it's the same form.
Yeah. Yeah, same form.
But job seeker may have their own profile edit form. So I think what happens now is that when you go to the update profile, it says something like update agency person, update company person, that kind of thing. So she says just make it say update profile, which is essentially what that story is here.
Yeah, again a 1.
Again, a 1. Okay, let's do that. Sounds good. And then remove user edit icon button. Oh yeah, okay. So what she means by that is this. Let's see. I'd have to, unfortunately, have to fire up the. Where am I, by the way? Okay. Somebody's already running. Looks like I'm already running. Okay. Try to start the server twice. That's never a good thing. So I'm going to log in. Doesn't matter who I log in as. Let me just log in as, say, a job seeker. But regardless if I'm a job seeker, agency person, or company person, there's this little icon here with a pencil. She's saying, let's take that out. That's essentially what that story is, because now we'll have the ability to click on the pull down, look at my profile, and click at it. So in her design, she's removed this little icon here, which I'm fine with. So that's essentially what this story is about. That make sense? Can you guys hear me?
I can't see
Yeah.
the screen though.
Okay, sometimes I get dropped. So that looks like a 1 to me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, 1.
Okay, good enough.
1.
Okay, perfect. So feel free to take any of these stories. I would suggest hold off on removing these buttons until we've got replacements for them in the redesign pages.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, one can combine designing a new page and removing an associated button in one of the other stories, if it makes sense.
Yeah, probably the profile stuff can actually combine together.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Once you get that done, you can remove. It would be good to do them in separate stories, but you can do them one after the other very quickly.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Great. So I guess the only other thing we wanted to look at here was the
Merge.
merge situation for your PR.
Mm-hmm.
Niche. Let's see.
What happened?
Well, Hinesh produced a PR that involved changes to 2 files, I think.
Mhm.
And his PR says he's changed 56 files. So clearly that's not correct.
Yeah.
And where did I see that merge history? Right here. So it says somebody merged the branch master into development. Let's see. Yeah, development. Job seeker. Okay. I'm trying to get what that ... is. Merge branch master into, and I think this development must be his local development environment.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go look at that commit. Well, that's not helpful. Hmm. Let me see. Let's go look at. It look okay. January 9th, that was yesterday. Okay.
Yeah, because this was done on 29th, it was saying.
Hmm.
But it's not on the logs.
Where do you see the 29th? December 20th?
On the PR. Let me send the link to you.
Yep. On your PR?
Yeah, on my PR.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chat window. There you go. So we scroll right down to, so if you go to commits and then you see commits on 29th December.
Okay.
There we go.
Hmm. So he merged the master branch,
Into his
upstream
local.
master branch, into his own development branch, which is a no-no. So why is it obviously all of a sudden showing up as affecting your commit?
Yeah.
Well, let's go see. Okay, so his PR was merged 3 days ago. His PR showed only one file change, which is surprising if he had done that. There we go. There it is there.
Yeah, because I think it would affect subsequent pull requests as well.
I would think so.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's okay. Well, let's go look at Paul Caston's 4 files changed. Vijaya's 2 files changed. So it doesn't seem to be affecting anybody else, which is really confusing to me. 7 files changed. So what is special about your PR here, Hinesh? Tell you what, I'm gonna have to look at this and see if I can figure out what the heck's going on here.
Yeah.
The only other time I've actually seen this kind of thing happen is when somebody creates a PR where they want to merge their feature branch into the master branch. And then of course, they say, I have 100 files that have changed in this PR. What happened? Well, you're going against master, but I'd never seen this situation.
No.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that.
The only thing I can think of, if we can't resolve it, is we revert it back to the prior to the merge. But then we have to do the changes again.
You could try that.
Or we just bin that branch and do the changes again, and I merge a new one to you.
Yeah, you could try. To be safe, what you might want to do is make another feature branch off of your current feature branch and play with that rather than clobber your existing feature branch.
Because what I could do, worst case scenario, I just bin this branch because I know the change I made anyway. Now I just branch off development again, the latest one.
That might be the fastest way to get us there, rather than
Yeah.
figure out how to cherry pick commits and leave behind certain commits.
Because if you close this pull request, what I'll do, I'll delete the one local branch, create a new branch.
Well, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that at the bottom of this, Hinesh. You should see close pull request.
Okay.
Because it's your pull request.
Yeah.
So you can just go ahead and do that. And you're right. I think how many? It was just 2 files that you had to change.
2 files, yeah.
And it was fairly straightforward stuff.
So I can just go to commit, see where I changed it, make the changes. In this one, bring my local, then that's it. Probably easier that way.
Yeah, might as well do that then.
Yeah.
Let's not try to figure out or unravel this ball of twine, right? So, so I just don't know why it's not affecting other PRs, but I guess it's not worth spending an hour or 2 hours trying to figure that out. Yeah.
No.
It's Git. It's one of those Git things.
Yeah. This probably be quicker if I just do it this way.
Yep, I like that approach. It makes sense, perfect sense to me. Okay, cool. Well, there are some stories now that people can take and start working on. I think Laura was trying to assemble those assets as images this morning. She probably got pulled off on other things, but hopefully they show up maybe tomorrow, if not tonight, and we can make progress on her redesign.
I'm also quite keen to work on the Wiki EDU project because I quite like the look of React, but I just want to play around with it more and get exposed to it.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
Yeah, so just wait for Steve to get back.
Well, also if it's React and not anything complicated like what Arun was trying to do with the chain promises, we can pair up with Sejal tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do that.
If she's got time. Yeah, I mean, like she said, she's only had a month of exposure to React, but she's got a month ahead of the rest of us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So she could probably help us get rolling.
Yeah, let's do that tomorrow then.
I'd like to actually watch that.
What happened, Arun's problem, battery?
I haven't heard. I think I haven't heard that he's got it fixed or it's still outstanding. I suspect it's still outstanding. So next time he connects up, we'll find out.
Okay, that's a good thing. The promises and how to chaining all this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on in that? Yeah, I don't know, but it looked good to me. But anyway, who knows?
Somewhere the variable is not getting the data wherever he is creating the notification.
Yeah, has something to do with the magic of chained promises, maybe, or maybe something in the Wiki EDU environment. I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll find out. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to continue with having people like Sejal and Sage show us a little bit more React as we go along, so we can get more of an intro into it. React is big out there right now, as you guys know. It's massive. That's the right way to put it.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's good to be
involved with the front end now. Really, I think that's the way to go.
Now people are moving to React.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's so more exposure to it, the better off we all are in terms of
I think this is what's great about open source as well, because you can contribute to real life projects. and actually get exposure to technology and get the experience that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no comparison to just doing homework assignments and, you know,
No.
fake courses on the web. It's
No.
just not the same at all.
Just-
Here you've really got to make it work right.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, yeah, it's for paying clients, not paying clients, but actual clients. So
Yeah, no, absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. So it's a different thing. Great way to learn.
yeah, definitely.
I just wish I had more React experience so I could help out on that, but I can
Yeah.
spell it, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, we connect up tomorrow with Sejal and go through that. No,
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, that's
Okay.
all I had. Anybody
Bye.
else?
No, that's it.
No, bye.
All right. Have a good evening, guys.
You too.
Bye now.
Bye.
You too.
Yep.